There we go. There we go.
Boom.
It's begun. Yeah. We
What's
have
happening, Big H?
how we doing?
I'm good, man. It's,
Big
it's
chilling,
been a
bro.
long time.
It has, bro. It has. It's been probably what, 3 weeks? Long 3 weeks though.
Been a couple weeks, man. Speaking of love,
Yeah, man. I missed it, bro. I missed it.
miss it too, man. Nice to see you.
I do, bro. How's short term been overall? Let's talk about that. You been doing class or no?
I have been doing class, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't been paying too much attention in class. Just, just start off there. Um, Shout out to the parents, pay a lot of money
Yeah.
to go to Bates College, so shout out to the parents, but I'm really just been trying to take it all in these last
Yeah.
couple weeks,
Yeah, no, it's all about honestly I feel like short term senior year is about like social like relationships and connecting with people that you won't see for a long time. So
Agree, agree, for sure.
that's good.
That's it. How about you? How's the
Yeah.
farm, man? A little bit of golfing, what's
Yeah, it's
going
been
on?
great, bro. Yeah, literally just been golfing, working a lot. Work like 2 shifts in the golf course, so I get free membership and groundskeeping. And then yeah, just working on the farm and just lifting a ton and eating a lot. Yeah, it's been good.
You,
Good
that's
routine.
awesome, man. Hey, you see my mates in the gym or what?
What do you mean?
You know what I'm talking
Oh
about,
yeah.
man.
No. I've looked well, yeah, a bit, but low key been going to the college a lot too, because it's open till like 10. So if I want to get late night lift, I have to go there.
I feel that. That's respectful. That's nice, man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to
Man.
Vermont, man. Shout out to Vermont.
Yo, shout out Vermont, man. We miss you.
Yeah,
All right, man. Wow. First ever Speaking with Love recorded segment. This is what our fifth time probably.
fifth
Maybe
time.
sixth. I think fifth. Actually, I can check. Let's see. This is our yeah, fifth time doing
Awesome.
this. And first time, I mean, the other four clearly went well enough that we enjoyed it, whether other people did.
Definitely.
Uh,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, obviously, we want people to tune in and engage with what we're saying and give us questions and push the needle forward just from like an intellectual perspective and just from like what we go through on a day-to-day basis and
yeah,
just trying to learn how to communicate and speak with love and solve those difficult questions. But
totally.
just from talking to you and just, engaging with this stuff, man, it's an honor, man. Truly. Like
Exactly.
I truly respect this, and I love this. I love doing it.
Dude, no, me too. I think that it's really important to do stuff like this. I think that, we both come from very different backgrounds, very different experiences, and a lot of different perspectives. But like at the end of the day, we have these core values we both understand, which is like love and kindness will always win.
100%.
And speaking is like such a big part of like connecting and uh showing mutual respect and have like connecting with others and like building these relationships. And so like speaking with love, I think is like perfect name because like love is always winning. And so that's how you connect with other people truly, how you like get the most out of this life, whatever it is. So
For
it's fun
sure.
talking about this stuff for sure.
Definitely.
I think yeah, do what we can, just keep positivity and yeah, talk about the big questions.
100%. So let's jump into it. Well, what we
Let's
got
jump into
today,
it.
man?
All right, so today, philosophy segment. So, like I said, I've been doing a lot of farming and uh, a lot of like farming is like repetitive tasks, like you're doing the same things over and over, then you're like, I mean, obviously a lot of stuff goes wrong and you gotta, you know, fix things a lot, but also just like a lot of time to just like have thoughts, and just like
Mhm.
contemplate things and think about what's going on in your life, question things. And so I've been doing a lot of thinking. I was thinking about like when I think I was milking the goats the other morning and thinking about like animals and the goats specifically. And I was thinking like do they know because like our goats live great lives. Like they
Mhm.
especially ones that stay here for a long time, like they live beautiful lives from off farm and they have no idea where they are or really what's going on. Um, and do they basically I was wondering, do they know if they're happy or not? You know, like do they know even what life should be like? But then I got thinking, so like these goats, like they don't even know like what other goats' lives are like, you know?
This is
But
deep. This is deep because I see where you're
but
going with this.
totally. But the thing is,
Deep.
do we even know? Like I just said, oh, like they don't even know where they are. We don't even know where we are. We don't even know if we're happy. We don't know what other people are actually experiencing. So as much as we think we do,
Hmm.
we have no idea what other people are actually going through in their minds, if other people are real. I mean, this gets into all types of like
This is deep.
questions.
Because not
But
to cut you off, I just think about that quote, and I know you've seen this a bunch, but like comparison's a thief of joy. You know, like
yeah,
when I think about that,
totally.
that's exactly what I think about. And like even in my life, like I'm at instances where I've thought like this, like, oh, like maybe I want this what somebody else has, but it's like it's just like the comparison is a
Totally,
thief of joy, you know. But I'm gonna let you finish. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I
totally,
know,
bro. I love that quote.
yeah.
Yeah, the main question here is just that do we even know if we're happy or not? And on top of that, is it a blessing or a curse if we do? Like, is it a good thing to know if you're happy or not?
So
But
I
first,
think
we even know.
to answer this question, I think we have to break down and define what happiness looks like from like an individual perspective, and then obviously you have like the holistic perspective.
Mm,
Um, Individually, I think for most people, like speaking for most people, I think to make you happy, like I think you may have to have your health. Like I think you have to have your health. I think interestingly enough, I think like you have to live like a comfortable life, so you need a little bit of money. And I think some type of spiritual relationship can get you
totally.
across the
Wait,
line.
real quick, bro. This is basically Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Just
And I was just about to say that,
yeah,
but I couldn't pronounce his name. So I'm thankful
yeah.
that I didn't want to get on here and start, butchering it all up and stuff like that. So I'm very thankful that
Yeah.
you mentioned that, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I think, or do you want to keep going or?
No, no, you go, you go.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think through further thought, I'm still obviously not sure. I mean, the biggest thing is that we don't know really anything. We have nothing to compare anything we experience to, really, because we don't know where we are. We don't know, like I said, any other possibilities of what life could be for us, because all we experience is this one universe, this one experience that each individual has.
Hmm.
So, in a way, I don't think we know if we're happy or not either. I think that ends the question. I don't think it's a blessing or a curse. I don't think I can answer that question because I don't think that we know if we're happy or not. I don't think we don't know what life is. We don't know why we're here. Um, and obviously, the point of this podcast is to say that, love is why we're here and kindness and it brings you joy. It definitely does. But I don't think that we know if we could be happier or not, you know?
It's powerful. Um, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it took me personally a long time to get to that perspective and to look at life as like to stop the comparison, if that makes any sense. Because like growing up, I'm pretty sure like all of us like we compared ourselves to people in certain aspects and been like, oh, like maybe I want that jump shot that Jake has, or maybe I want to be able to play soccer like Amir, you know? You saw what I did there?
Yeah, of
You know,
course, bro.
maybe I want to play golf like Big H because you saw
Bro,
my
we
golf
we
game.
all want to play soccer like Amir, bro.
My golf game, I came to Vermont, man. I saw messing up the course, I had to take it
That
easy.
was, bro. I don't know how many times you hit the ball, bro. No
100%.
doubt.
That was crazy. But it's like when you
Big time.
sit down and you realize that like just to be alive and experience this life and make the decisions, have the autonomy and the power to make the decisions for yourself. And
Totally.
whether you make a good decision or a bad decision, you're making that decision. And you realize that like it's only going to be one Big H. It's only going to
See,
be
but
one Amir. It's only going to be one Gregor, if that makes any sense.
see, but bro, now we're getting into determinism and free will. Like, you know, are
Uh,
you really making those decisions? You know, like
true, but I
I somewhat lean towards determinism.
okay.
Just so like I don't know if I can get behind like I made that decision and this is why
Mhm.
things are that way. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, definitely, but I would say like something and someone is making that decision. Like the decision's being made, and I think that like it's only one you, if that makes any sense.
Hmm.
So it's like it doesn't even make sense comparing yourself in this world because it's like you should really just be chasing after you. Because like you can compare, I would say maybe to improve, like, oh, like okay, like I like his jump shot. Like let me see how I could try to add this to my game. But I don't think compare and critiquing like who you are and like judging that amongst other people. Like I think your core, like
Yeah.
everyone's core is unique, like everyone's different.
So you're saying in terms of the question, like, do
Uh-huh.
we're happy, you're saying like we can't even compare to others.
Yeah, like it doesn't even make sense. Like it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
And I realized this at Bates. Like I remember like I came into Bates like I was a little freshman and I used to be like, oh, like I want this. Like I want to date this girl or talk to this girl, for example. And it's like just let it happen. Like, let it happen
Yeah.
organically. Like just be you. Like chill out, little dog. Like
Just hit it out.
just be you, you know?
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know. I think that's a deep question, man. That's a very deep question, and I'm happy to hear what you have to say, man.
Totally. I think I said all I really need to say so far. I mean, I'm gonna keep obviously contemplating, I'm always like
Hmm.
trying to think about these things and gain some more perspective. But at the end of the day, it's hard to think that we it's hard to think we can compare to anything that we can, and kind of like you're saying, like that we could even think that there's a different reality out there. Or not that we could think there's a different reality out there or more happiness or less happiness, just that we actually know there is. I don't think there's a way to know if there's more or less happiness out there, or that I could go get it, or that you know what I mean? And it's just so interesting when it comes to like people talking about like being sad or being happy. It's like,
Hmm.
what if someone who thinks they're happy actually isn't as happy as someone who thinks they're sad? Is that even possible though? I don't know. He's going to
I
the think tank for that, bro. He's going into the think tank.
I didn't expect for us to get into it this early, man. I had a couple more episodes, man. She mercy. This is only episode one, mate. Mercy. Um,
We can just leave it at that if you.
I just want to give an example. And tell me if like I'm on like the right path or I'm a little bit off. But like I just think about like when we talk about this, I think about Instagram, for example. And Celia said something to me when because I went to the beach today with Celia and she said to me like, Amir, like everybody like posts on Instagram like kind of sometimes to like one up another or to show like how good their life is in a way. And I thought about it and I was like, yeah, like okay, like I didn't really think too much about it. But it's like it only affects like if people look at it from that perspective, it only affects you if like you're trying to compare yourself to that person, if that makes any sense. If you
Yeah.
just take it for what it is, like okay, like you just post, cool. But if you're trying to compare yourself, and I think it's human nature for us to compare and ego and envy, like that's in us. But it's for us to regulate and understand and spot those emotions. Like okay, like man, like my ego is coming out, or like I'm trying to compare myself to this person, and like I don't need to do that, you know? So
Yeah,
it's
well, that-
up to us to regulate that emotion.
yeah,
But I truly think that like if everyone reaches this epiphany in their life where it's like it's you versus you, like it's simply you versus you. Like I genuinely believe in this life, and maybe this is a bit privileged to say, but I genuinely believe that our greatest weapon for any individual is this. Like whatever you believe and whatever you think, you could do so much, if
hmm
that makes any sense. Like doesn't even have to be monetarily, like just being a good person. You think and you always show with a smile on your face. Like I'll give you an example. Then I'll let you speak because I'm talking too much. It was this guy named Sibo who I wrestled with in middle school. And Sibo was from Rwanda. He survived a genocide in Rwanda. And keep in mind, this kid, he would speak to me. Big H, I didn't know what he was saying to me. You get what I'm saying? I didn't know what he was saying to me. But the smile on this guy's face said everything. He communicated with me through a smile. It didn't even matter the words that he was saying. It was his heart. It was his smile. And to me, this guy was always happy. He was always happy. And I couldn't understand it. Like I'm like, this guy survived a genocide. He survived some of the worst things. Like he's seen humans at their worst. And I'm like, this guy is always happy. And it just makes me think like maybe in his situation, like maybe I'm going off topic and I'm rambling a bit, but maybe
No,
like
but I think you brought it back pretty well, actually, there.
you understand
I
what I'm
think,
saying?
well, I
Like
think that that relates really well because it's like what you're saying about the mind being so powerful here.
hmm
Um, I just think it's interesting to think like this guy, like you said, has faced like so much. Like escaping the genocide is crazy, and like yet he's so smiley compared to other people who've like
hmm
lived much more pampered lives, say. But so then that shows that like it's all like perspective, like mind and perspective, is really all that
hmm
matters. So I guess the question isn't really like, do we know if we're happy, but more just, is it just, should we just not worry about if we're happy? Should we just like do what
Should
feels,
we just live?
just live, do what feels great to you, you know?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, this short term shout out to my parents. I haven't really been worried about class, you know, shout out to my parents. But I'm just been living. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not
Yeah.
flunking classes or not, but like I'm just living, you know? And I
Wait, what
think
is this
when
class that you're taking?
I'm in this life architecture class, so it's kind of like speaking with love, you know, like we're learning how to
Yeah.
adult and like the next step after Bates. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
nice. I
yeah.
really like it. I enjoy it, you know? But like I just haven't been there mentally, if that makes any sense. Like I
Yeah.
haven't been
Have you
like
been there physically or no? At least physically? Yeah.
yeah. I'm been there a couple of times
Yeah.
physically, you know. Shout out to the parents, man. I've been there physically.
Yeah.
But, you know, so it just gives me that idea where it's like this is this is everything, man.
Yeah.
And it's like we're
That's
really a
absolutely
one on one, you know, we're one on one.
totally. Bro, I think that's a great, that was a really good segment. I love that. I think that's a great way to end the segment. Now we'll go into our commercial break so we can make a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
But nah.
100%. You got some music for us or
Hey,
what?
soon though, soon. Very soon.
Okay.
Um, all right, so next, sports and pop culture. And this is the obvious one, considering mid-May for the NBA playoffs. And the
hmm
thing is, we had actually talked about this in one of our radio segments. And we were talking about who's gonna win, go to the finals. And I hate to say it, but I think we both agreed it was gonna be Celtics versus Lakers
Yeah,
in
we
the
did. We
final.
did. Yeah.
And I'm not to say, I mean, the Lakers already are knocked out 4-1. Like that was crazy. Did not expect that, not gonna lie.
Hey, that boy Ant, he bad, boy.
Yeah,
He
bro.
a bad man.
He is actually
He
crazy.
gotta come to the
Playoffs?
farm. He gotta come to the farm.
Nah, he should
He a
go to the farm.
bad man. He a bad man.
Anthony Edwards on the farm, bro. That would be interesting.
Telling you.
Um, so, but the Celtics, bro. The Celtics, like, it's so sad what happened to Tatum, bro. You saw the injury. Like, he's gonna be
100%.
out. What?
100%. Get well,
Like, yeah,
JT, you know?
bro. It's gonna be like more than a year, or around a year recovery. It's like
Sure.
it's very sad. Feel very bad for him. Prayers up for him. Um, but I mean, the Celtics, we did win pretty easily last night. Like I wouldn't count us out still. We're still contenders, even without our best player, which is crazy.
So let me ask you something, because now I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna see what you're about.
Oh yeah.
We both have $1,000, and someone comes to you, Big H, and they say, "Hey, if you could put your money on this series between Celtics and the Knicks, currently, right now, who would
Yeah.
you put that $1,000 on?"
Is it even odds, 50-50, or is it Knicks are favored?
Knicks are favorite.
The Knicks are favored in the
Yeah,
odds.
and it's 3-2 Knicks. They just need one game, and it's back in New York.
No, 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 but I mean like the odds wise, the payout will be the same no matter who I bet on.
Yeah, yeah, payout would be the same.
Uh,
This guy's a real gambler, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
yeah.
Odds. Like what? Back in my day, we ain't worried about no odds. We say it how it is, you
Bro,
know?
what do you mean back in my day, bro? You're like
Come
two
on,
years
man. You a
older.
young buck, man.
Are
Back in my day, man.
you 22, bro? Like what?
Yeah, man. I'm a little old, you know?
Um, I'm gonna say I would have to stay loyal to the Celtics, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Why?
Just because like I'm way too one, I'm biased and I'm a Celtics fan. Biased Celtics fan. Two, I do believe in them.
Hmm.
Even without JT, I think we're still a great team. We're very well coached and have two all-stars at least on the team in Derek White and Jaylen Brown. And six man of the year in Peyton Pritchard. Probably now going to start. Um, and three, I'm a manic optimist, so I always think we're going to win. So
Hmm.
I still believe in the Celtics, although it definitely could go either way. Why? What would you?
Celtics all day. 100%.
You think Celtics will come back 3-1?
100%.
Already
Because
got.
one, if you look at the Knicks, like I'm gonna be honest with you, the Knicks, what was it? That game four that they won in New York? They won game four in New York. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest. I was watching that, and them Knicks were going toe to toe, man. They were not missing. Brunson, Mikal Bridges. No, no, no. That's Mikal Durant. You get what I'm saying? That's Mikal Durant.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you, Mikal Bridges has been like I've been saying he's the best defender in the NBA since he was on the Suns way back. Like I'm talking when he's a rookie, bro. You know, I've met him before. I met
I know that. You got a picture.
him, Bronson, Josh Hart, all the
Bro,
boys. Nova Knicks, bro.
I was like, man, the Knicks are really like they're a
Yeah.
good side. But it's like the Celtics, it's something about the Celtics where it's like they just have this. Like it's really like a family over there. And you can tell, you know?
So
But yeah, I got the Celtics at the end of the
you been
day.
in their locker room or
Beg your pardon?
have you been in the locker room?
You trying to be funny? Nah, I ain't really been in
Yeah.
I ain't been in the locker room. You get what I'm saying? But I could just tell like they're good humans, like, you know, they're good people.
Oh, they are, bro. They are for sure.
They're good people.
Also, yeah, the coaching is huge, bro. Coaching is huge.
Like the leadership, like they got good leaders. They
Totally.
got good leaders.
There's the boy Seth, yes, sir.
Yeah, shout out Seth. He on the podcast today. Shout out Seth.
Yes,
Go brush
sir.
your choppers. Get out of here, boy.
Bro,
Yeah,
at 7:30, bro?
yeah.
What?
Everybody going out tonight.
Oh, he brushed him before. Okay. So it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
pre going out brush.
Yeah, he does some weird stuff, you know. College. Yeah. They do weird stuff at college. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. But
Um,
hey, Who do we think is gonna win now?
Yeah, going all the way. I mean, obviously, I
Yeah.
still want to say the Celtics, but I'd say right now, as it looks,
Hmm.
bro, honestly, I have no idea. Like, as it looks, it could go, bro, it could go anywhere. I guess as it looks right now, it would be the Knicks, honestly.
Nah,
Like,
no sir,
low key,
no
the
sir.
Knicks, but I would want to say the Nuggets because of, uh,
Jokic.
like having, no, like having, like, experience in the
Hmm.
finals experience, but, bro, like, they already, what are they, down 3-2 to the Thunder, I think?
Yeah. Hey, and the Thunder, they came back.
I know, bro. Yeah, yeah. It's actually what tonight? Yeah, tonight. It's in an hour. So Nuggets could be. I mean, the Thunder are very good. I could see like Thunder Knicks, honestly.
Nah, I'm
Either
gonna
way, it's
tell,
gonna be. It's actually a very exciting playoffs.
I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna be. I respect that,
What you
but
think, Timberwolves?
that was
Yeah.
just some blasphemy, mate. Damn Timberwolves. Oh man, we running out of time.
Oh, we got 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we may have to do another. I may set up
Just
another one.
record twice.
Yeah, just do two recordings. That's crazy. You guys are broke boys.
We can wrap it up. We only have one more segment. We can wrap it up.
True, 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 true. But yeah, we guys, I'm got Timberwolves and Celtics. Timberwolves versus Celtics. Because Anthony Edwards, like, I respect it. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's a genuine guy,
I
And
like you have the Celtics there. Wow.
Hmm?
I like that you have the Celtics.
Yeah, yeah. The Celtics never count them out. Never.
I agree. I like that.
Yeah, for
All right,
sure.
bet. Let's move into the last one. We got about 9 minutes left.
Facts.
And our debate. So this is a prior conversation we had, and you touched on it a bit in our original philosophy segment. Is having absolutely no ego a good thing? And would you choose to live this way if you could flick a switch? So I can start off as you think, but
Hmm.
I mean, I think you touched on it earlier, like being able to separate from the ego and like I think it's hard to do it fully in our world, the way, I mean, the way we were raised, the way we're taught to live in this world, the way we participate in our like capitalist society and like just overall like having to get a job, like wanting to have a wife and kids, like it's almost hard to like actually do all that without an ego. You know, you need at least part of an ego. Because imagine if you had no care at all what people thought of you, like at all. Then you might not end up being like a good father. You know what I mean? So I think it's hard to say that no ego is a good thing, but I think that it's definitely can be very also a very harmful thing. And the more you can just accept yourself and be the best version that you can be, spread the most love and kindness as possible, and then just live your life and not worry how people are reacting to that, not comparing to others too much, and just being the best person you can be in every moment. That'll bring you happiness, and you don't, you shouldn't have this stress and bear this weight of like, I need to be better than this person at this. I need to, uh, I don't know, get this job. I need to, and so on and so on.
100%. I love that. I think this kind of goes back to what we was talking about with comparison. I think when it comes to the ego, because like you played sports, I played sports. I kind of look at the ego from like a competitive perspective. Like I'm better
Great.
than you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm better than Big H. I could dunk a Big H. Shout out to Perta. I'm better
This
than
guy lives
Perta.
off of one basketball moment in
I'm
like freshman year of college.
I'm better than Perta at basketball. And it's like in reality, it goes back to what I was saying with comparison, where it's like should be you versus you, you know? That's where I feel like you should channel your ego to. You versus you. I think when you start to make it versus other people, I think it becomes a little bit dangerous if you let it as well. Because think about it, like we're humans, you know. Humans would do whatever it takes to win, whether it's in the rule book or it's out of the rule book, you know. So I think in order to channel that ego, I think you have to channel it in a way where it's you versus you.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that actually. Because yeah, I mean, I think it's great. Think about it from a sports perspective. I mean, dude, that's why we have this sports segment because sports teach you so much.
Hmm.
So many metaphors within sports that apply to everyday life and everything in life. And it's like, yeah, having ego in competitive sports. Like, I'd say my ego in sports, I was never someone who was like, oh, I need to do this and beat this person. I need to like I want to destroy the opponent like all the time. I don't know if I was ever I don't know if that actually ever helped me personally. I'm not sure if like other people think that helps them or if it may help them. But I think it's actually like you're saying, it should be more of a you versus you, me versus me type of thing. Um, where I'm just motivated to be the absolute best version of myself and not
Hmm.
worry about how I'm going to like try like not I guess it also comes down to not trying to control things that you can't control, which is everyone else in the world. You can only control yourself. And that's part of the reason why I love golf and like I've fallen in love with it over the past like 5 years is that it's really just you versus you. Like, and even in like competitive sports, like say like soccer when we were playing college soccer, like it never really has to be like you versus someone else. It can always be
Hmm.
me versus me. Even if someone's shooting
100%.
on me, trying to score on me,
Hmm.
it's still just me trying to save the ball from going to the net and me trying to be the best version of myself with that
Hmm.
and not trying to control, oh, I want to make this guy worse. No, I just want to make myself
Hmm.
better, you know?
I love that you put it like that because I think looking back at my football career, like I think I always understood that aspect, but it was hard for me to interact with other people on my team that didn't really understand that perspective, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But I think that's the best perspective, and best like way to approach sports where it's a you versus you thing. And even life, like you said, like I'm glad that you took like that sports, what would you call it? Like analogy? Or
Yeah.
I'm glad that like you compared that, like you took it from sports and like you brought it back to life. Because I thought I think that's brilliant. That's what I was saying.
Um, yeah, no, I think it is interesting. And especially with team sports, like you're saying, you got to be on the same page as your teammates. So I wonder like how having the same view on ego can also affect teams, you know? So I think it's very important on a basic level to all have the same view of I'm going to have a me versus me thing with the team rather than I'm going to be only the best version of myself. I'm going to be the best version of myself for my team, you know? I think that's
And you know who's a player that embodies that mindset?
oh,
Anthony Edwards.
that's true, bro. I'd agree.
He like
Oh,
I'll
you
give
think
you
Timberwolves going all the way? Wow,
I'm
segment.
saying I'm not about to come on here and Anthony Edwards, Timberwolves, you know what I'm saying? But I just need to give credit where credit's due. Like I just saw like an Anthony Edwards clip with Barack Obama. Keep in mind he's talking to the former president.
Yeah. Oh
And
wait, yes, I've
you,
seen this clip,
you,
bro.
you get
I've
what I'm
seen this
saying? And
clip.
President Obama is trying to
Wait, what does
talk
he say
about
again? Yeah.
he was like
He
I'm not gonna
thinks
get
he's a
it.
big deal or something. And he's like,
Yeah.
yes, I am, something like I'm the chosen one. Something like
He
that.
said, I'm the truth. You better ask these
Oh
boys.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And Obama was with Embiid, and he was like, "Oh, like Embiid gives you guys 50 every
Oh,
time."
he
And
says
he said,
stand down.
"Yeah." He was like, "Stand down. I'm the truth." And Obama's like, "Oh, you think you're a big deal?" And Ant was like, "You better stand down. I'm the truth." He said this to the president,
Yeah,
and
that's
President
crazy.
Obama was like, doesn't Embiid give you 50? Like, you guys have got two centers. And said, Okay, cool. All right now, all right now. We ain't gonna do all of that, you
Yeah,
know? And that
yeah,
just showed me that it was like he was like it wasn't just because think about it. A good player would have just been like, yeah, like that's true, like throw the teammates under the bus. And was like, nah, we're not gonna do all of that, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Like, nah, like these are my guys. Like this is
You're
who I'm
right. You're right.
rocking with,
That is dope. I
you
like
know?
that. I always appreciate a good teammate.
For
All right,
sure.
bro. We got less than a minute left, so
100%.
perfect time to end it, I think.
100%. But I just want to
Yes,
say I appreciate you
yes,
for
sir.
coming
Love
on.
you,
It's
dog.
always a pleasure seeing you. A
Always
lot of love for you, a lot of respect for you and the family, you know. Blue
likewise,
Lights
bro.
Farm, ladies and gentlemen, you
Um,
know.
yeah, bro, this is great. We're gonna have some more guests on for sure. Maybe we'll have to get John in here from Alaska.
100%.
Um, maybe Krishna sometime will join after being there
100%.
when we came up with the idea. Who knows? We've got a lot of cool guests for sure. And this is a great first one. I really enjoyed it.
Great first one. I appreciate
Yeah,
you. All right, I'm
there.
gonna stop it. Da-da-da. Ooh.